Hello and welcome to Saguaro Spotlight. I'm Sydney Rooks and I'm here today with Larry and Chris Group. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're here to talk to us about microneedling. Thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate it.
So my first question, what exactly is microneedling?
Well, microneedling is an aesthetic procedure to help make the skin look better, either through evening out the skin tone or perhaps making it look younger or making it look healthier. And when it first burst onto the scene was a few years ago with Kim Kardashian putting up a post on her Instagram with basically a face that looked like it had blood all over it. That's kind of an extreme version of microneedling, but they did use a microneedling device to do that actual treatment.
So what skin conditions can benefit from microneedling?
You know, as Chris mentioned, things like complexion issues, there's folks that have things like melasma or scarring, acne scarring, let's say surgical scars, or say you got an accident and got a scar. In many cases, microneedling can be very effective in minimizing the appearance of those things. To some extent, stretch marks, but not as much as those other things. But we have other modalities that treat these things out there, but what makes microneedling so much unique is the fact that because we don't use heat, we're able to use this device on folks with a darker skin color without having to fear of hyperpigmentation or burning them. So this allows us to really open up these treatments to a wider range of clients and really do so safely and still get excellent results.
And that seems like it would be very important to get really good results without hurting anybody. So what is the Skin Stylus microneedling system and how is it different from other microneedling systems?
Well, when microneedling first started, it was done with rollers, so a little device that had a roller on it and it was done mechanically. What we've done with the Skin Stylus, this is an automatic microneedling device, so it's much easier to use. You can get into smaller areas, and Larry's going to tell you a little bit more about what makes Skin Stylus so unique.
You know, what's interesting about this particular system is that the other systems may look similar, but when we engineered this, Chris and I developed this over the last 3 or 4 years of engineering, is that while all systems have a disposable cartridge, what makes the Skin Stylus unique is the ability for it to be autoclave sterilized. And why that's a big deal is this idea of cross-contamination between patients. The other devices, while you can still change the cartridge out, you have no way of cleaning the device itself. And so therefore, whatever the person before you has, you may have the chance of having that come in contact with you.
Right.
We felt that cross-contamination issue was significant enough to spend a lot of time, energy, and money in developing the new Skin Stylus system. And this removable autoclavable nose cone solves that issue. So in addition to this brand new cartridge called the BioLock cartridge we invented, BioLock keeps liquids and contaminants from even getting into the device itself through a series of mazes and absorbent membranes, which traps everything inside the cartridge. But were liquid to make it through the cartridge into the device, the nose cone itself would be removed and sterilized. So what would happen is after every treatment, the practitioner would remove the nose cone and put a new sterile one on that. And what we'd be starting out with is a sterile device every time. This client safety issue to us is the most paramount thing that we feel is most important to this system, but also the results themselves have worked out really well. So we can do things safely and effectively.
Safe and effective, always the best thing. So will you stay with us? We have a couple more questions after our break, so we'll be right back with the groups. Welcome back to Saguaro Spotlight. I'm your host, Sydney Rooks, and we are back with Larry and Chris Group. So we talked about the skin stylus before the break. What is the air stylus and how does that benefit your patients?
Well, at Scottsdale Microneedling, we have taken the time and the effort to come up with what is the best protocol for our clients. And what we found is when we created these microchannels with the skin stylus, it allowed us an opportunity to use those microchannels to blow products from our Esteceutical product line through those microchannels. And how we do it is with the air stylus. So what we have is an ambient air pressure device. We put our Esteceuticals serum in here, and then when we create the microchannels with the skin stylus, we use this to blow the products through the microchannels. What this does for our client is it makes the treatment much more comfortable, very soothing. It helps to take down redness of the skin, but we also get a better result from the treatment when we can use the Esteceutical products in this and push it through the microchannels that we create with the skin stylus.
So we actually have some footage of you performing this on one of your clients. Can you walk us through this?
Sure. This is one of my clients, and she presented with hormonal pigmentation, which is melasma. And also she's starting to age, so we have some age management issues. So we use our Esteceutical product line to put on the skin, and then we use the skin stylus to push those products into the epidermis or into the dermis, depending on what we're trying to treat. And then we also use the air stylus to push our HACU serum, which is hyaluronic acid, through those microchannels that we just created. Again, it's wonderful for the client to feel their skin cooling down, and it benefits the treatments.
And here we're showing for the practitioner who's interested in the system themselves, like a doctor looking to buy the system, the fact that there's two different power mechanisms or two different power systems, both corded and cordless, as well as having two devices. And that's significant. Here I'm showing where the, as we spoke before, the BioLock cartridge really cuts down and eliminates cross-contamination because the device nose cone can be sterilized. And you can see me removing the BioLock cartridge. And I'm kind of showing the fact that liquids can't just pass directly through the cartridge. They actually have to go through a maze and are absorbed as they're passing through the cartridge and trapped there. And as a redundant safety system, the cartridge itself seals off the motor unit, not allowing any contaminants to get in the motor. So this is one of many safety steps that are engineered to make sure cross-contamination is not an issue. In this part of the video, I'm kind of showing the practitioner who will be interested in buying the system what comes with the system, the different charging devices, the fact there's multiple nose cones. And I think another essential thing from a client standpoint is when a practitioner purchases the Skin Stylus microneedling system, they're going to get a significant amount of training based on their own experience, research, and the experience of other doctors doing these procedures over many, many years. What's the best way to handle this? What's the best protocols? What's the best way to safely and effectively give results to the client? And I think what's important about that is the fact that we get a significant, consistent result that we're able to use with our clients here at Scottsdale Microneedling.
So this system really is revolutionary. No one has done something exactly like this.
Definitely not, yeah.
Yeah, it is the first and only autoclave sterilizable microneedling system that's ever been invented. And by the way, this is an FDA registered device, and we have taken the step to work with the FDA to get it registered.
That's absolutely wonderful. For someone like me, this sounds amazing. So how many sessions would a patient like myself need to actually see some results?
Well, it's going to depend on what you don't like about your skin, what I might think can be corrected, and how many times is it going to take to do that. You've got beautiful skin, you know, great even skin tone. You do have one little mark right here. It's probably from a chickenpox scar.
It is.
So usually we're talking between 4 and 6 treatments, anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks apart unless we are doing scar revision, and then there are going to be more treatments that are closer together. After we get through that first series, we usually do about 1 to 2 touch-up treatments a year. But again, it's going to depend on what your skin is like. Everybody's different, so I can't say that you're going to come in and I'm going to give you 5.7 treatments
Right.
at this interval. So we've really taken the approach from looking at the science of what conditions are we treating, and what does the science say that how many times we should do it, and what is the timing in between the treatments. And then we use our SSceutical products line and our Air Stylist and our Skin Stylist to help us achieve those treatments.
I think one of the important things to point out is that at Scottsdale Microneedling and Laser Aesthetics, this is all medically supervised. We have doctors with many, many years of experience, as well as Chris, her experience, put together with protocols that have been proven through peer-reviewed research to be really effective and safe for the client. So we're not winging it. We definitely have been doing this for many, many years. Both Chris and myself teach other practitioners and have taught in both in this country and in other countries, as well as have been published in many different magazines, and both of us are in the process of writing a textbook on microneedling. So at Scottsdale Microneedling, we have quite a bit of experience, and what we're able to offer our patients is exceptional results, and in a first system that's really really eliminates the cross-contamination issue. So the treatments themselves are safe and effective.
So personalization, safety, and then you also have all that science backing you up.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for explaining this to me. I'm definitely a fan. You may have a new patient. If you're interested in finding out more information about microneedling and the Skin Stylist, visit their website at www.scottsdalemicroneedling.com. It's at the bottom of your screen. So I wanted to thank you, Chris and Larry, for coming on the show and giving this demonstration and telling us all about this. I'm Sydney Rooks, and we will see you next time on Saguaro Spotlight.